Vi har haft en delegation i London for at møde folkene bag Dead Island Riptide. Du kan høre her, hvad du kan forvente af spillet, og om der mon er nogle nye måder, man kan dræbe zombier på.
Dead Island is about the outbreak of a deadly zombie virus in the middle of a gorgeous tropical paradise island. It's something that affects people, and kind of the chaos of it, and just sort of the unfolding of this tragedy happens alongside a bunch of immune people trying to figure out their way off of the island. We're definitely exploring exactly kind of right after the ending of Dead Island what happens from this. Dead Island Riptide takes place about a week and a half after the events of Dead Island, and so we've had a little bit of time for things to kind of get crazy and set in, but the first thing that we're going to see is what happens right after our heroes get off of this helicopter that they left Banoi from in the original Dead Island. So there are lots of cool new ways to kill zombies in Dead Island Riptide. We've got all kinds of new weapons that have been added, things like everything from golf clubs to giant wrenches, things like that. We've also got really cool new firearms options available for players, overhauled targeting, ballistics, more weapon mods for firearms as well. And all kinds of ways to use some of the new player abilities too. We've got our 5th playable character with John Morgan. His kind of unarmed and martial arts combat focus gives him some really cool abilities like running kicks that send zombies flying back, or big fury attacks that let him kind of run through a bunch of guys and rampage them all. You actually can definitely import characters from your original Dead Island game. So we've also raised the level cap on those characters. So if you bring in your endgame character from Dead Island at level 60, you can now play them up to level 70 with additional skills and things like that. But you'll get your player level and all your original skills in the game. So water is a really important element in the game, both thematically and in the way that it impacts the game's aesthetic, and also in terms of its implications for gameplay. So water is something that we want to kind of feel like an enemy. It's something that's fighting back against you. And even when the surface is really clear and beautiful, we've added new water shaders, things like that. And our jungles have this kind of cloudy, muddy water, and you just can never be quite sure what's underneath that. So it's one more way that we've enhanced this contrast of paradise and hell that's always in Dead Island, is by making water, this beautiful element, something that can be totally dangerous and play against you. One other way that water is really important in the game is that we've got our boats now, which we've added, that let players kind of cooperatively navigate these waters and shoot out of the sides together and stuff like that. But as they're going along with their boats, the zombies are going to be lurking in the water, ready to pop out and try to overtake their boats as they're going. So it's really a really dynamic combat situation we're excited to bring in. So how have we improved the weapons in Dead Island Riptide? We've boosted a lot of stuff, like our weapon proficiency system makes it possible to work around some of the limitations of weapon durability that we had in the original Dead Island. Sometimes you'd work your whole way through this game and work your way up to this awesome weapon, only to find that you get like 2 hits with it. And now we've given players ways to sort of be rewarded with additional bonuses for specializing in a weapon class that they love. So we've definitely improved that aspect. We've also added a lot more explosive support to the game too. So there are new kinds of mines, grenades, bombs, things like that to use, and they let you kind of set up a little bit more, think a little bit more tactically about what's going on. So we've definitely improved weapons that way.
Spillet her kommer den 26. april, og det kommer til PlayStation, til Xbox og til PC. Og nu her kunne det faktisk være rigtig sjovt at høre, om du har en god idé til, hvordan man også kan dræbe zombier. Det kunne du sådan set bare skrive på Pixel.tv lige nede under klippet her.